Welcome, you guys. We are back with another video and another real talk. Alright, so this one I am actually excited about, you guys. I've come up with this little segment that I am calling Jrpg Wars, man. This is gonna be a thing that I want even other of my content creators out there, or any of my friends, or anybody that wants to get involved with this war of mine. Now, you can pick any kind of JRPG that you want to play or whatever. Me personally, I'm going to stick to these four because these four are by far and I'm going to say for this is a real talk because these four RPG series are really clashing with each other right now for popularity. They are really clashing, and they are clashing for me too. I was like, hey, I take this personal because I was like, these four RPG series have always been like some of my favorites. So I am super excited to get into this because I know each one of these game series have a new game coming out, except one of them. One of them have just recently had a game come out, which was trash. But they had a definitive. But all right, so we're gonna get into it. If you already seen the thumbnail, you click the video, you already know the four RPG series that I am talking about. One, Tales, the Tales of series. Tales. All right, so one, Tales of series. Number two, Final Fantasy series. Hey, y'all know that's a fan favorite of mine. Final Fantasy is definitely a fan favorite of mine. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to get it because I'm going to be playing a lot of these games. And then, you know, I'm super excited about this. I don't know why, but I am. Because this brings back memories to when I played the Final Fantasy Challenge, and it was awesome to play. I played through pretty much damn near every Final Fantasy game. Anyway, so that's Tales of Final Fantasy. Third, we got the Xeno series. That includes games like Xenoblade, Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenosaga, Xenogears, which is the first one. And then you got the Xenoblade Chronicles X, and then Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So, you got the Xeno series. Man, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We'll get into that later. We'll get into that later. Number 4, we have the SMT series. Another fan favorite, and is just gaining popularity fast as hell. Especially with the coming of Final Fantasy F and Final Fantasy F and 2. So, I mean, SMT, Persona 5. That thing garnered popularity for SMT like nobody's business. Alright, so we're gonna get into this. We're gonna explain each one of these series, why they're near and dear to me. This is gonna be part 1 of this real talk, and who is winning this little war that we got going on right now, because these series are indeed clashing with each other. These are all different companies too. You got Final Fantasy, which is Square Enix, who are the sleeping RPG juggernaut that woke their asses up and just bringing out all kinds of hits now. With Final Fantasy VII Intergrade coming out, with Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out in period, they blew that shit to hell. They are taking the shit out the water, man. And then they got Final Fantasy 16 coming out, and Final Fantasy 14 continues to get bigger and bigger and better. So Square Enix is on the motherfucking roll right now. So you got Namco Bandai, which is Tales series. Namco Bandai, they not playing around either. They have other RPG series in their repertoire too. You got the Souls games that they publish, and you got the little mini RPG. They had Nino Kuni was part of them too. So the Namco Bandai is a pretty healthy JRPG juggernaut as well. I can't sleep on them on them either. So you got them, and then Xeno series is done by Monolith Soft now, which is Nintendo owns. They publish that, so that's on Nintendo side. And then what else you got? Who was my last one? SMT, which is Atlas. So, with all those being said, yeah, this is a JRPG battle that we got going here. Now, I'm not gonna count I was gonna put like American RPGs into this and into all this too. I was like, man, hell no, it's way too many games. It's way too many games for me to play. And I intended on playing some of these games. And not to mention that some of these games are definitely coming out in the near future that we're going to be playing anyway, which is definitely Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, the Nocturne remake that's getting ready to come out in like a couple of fucking days, and Tales of Arise comes out in September. That's 3 of the main ones that's got recent games that's getting ready to come out. And then Persona 5 Strikers came out, which I still need to play. I still need to be golden. I still need to be, I mean, not golden, royal. Well, golden and royal. I need to be golden, royal, and Strikers for on SMT side. And then Xenoblade side, on Xenosaga side, I just gotta be goddamn Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Which, that game, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can get through that shit. I just can't stand the main character, but we'll talk about that later as well. So let's get into the intricacies of each of the series that they're in this little JRPG tournament that I got going on. This is, man, I'm like, out of people know that JRPGs is definitely my top genre. You got RPGs in general, because Witcher is definitely one of my favorite series too, but I'm not putting... This is a JRPG war, which is that's what I want it to be, a JRPG war. I don't want like American titles like Mass Effect and even though I love Mass Effect, even though I love The Witcher and those games like that, I don't want them in this fight here, especially since I play these games a lot more than I do American RPGs. All right, so first series we're gonna talk about. We're gonna get into the Tales series. Now, to taking the direction that Tales is going in nowadays, the Namco is not playing around, and their new game, Tales of Arise, is looking even better than, like, it's looking really good. The gameplay is still Tales. That's one thing I like about the Namco Bandai when it comes to the Tales series. They don't really change up the formula too much. It's still the same damn game, still got that same formula, but it still got the same Tales formula, but they always tweak something new with the gameplay. Different characters, different character attitudes, but there's always like a good guy with a group of characters that's going against this main evil. That's always a Tales game. Always a Tales game. All of them did something a little bit different where they fight like a main evil entity. Like, my favorite Tales game series in the series so far is definitely Vesperia is number 2. I ain't gonna even lie. Vesperia number 2, Xillia. I always combine Xillia 1 and 2 together. Those two, that's probably my number 1. That's definitely probably my number 1. And then Tales of Vesperia, then Symphonia, and then Berseria. Well, shoot, man. God, that's hard. I have to tie some of these, man, because Berseria was good too. And I had no problem with Zestiria. I'm gonna have to tie Zestiria and Berseria, since they pretty much the same. They're taking the same place too. They taking time around the same universe, I should say. Where, like, so Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Xillia, Tales of 1, 2, Xillia, that was direct sequel. Then you had Tales of Symphonia. And I'm not gonna really go into like the older Tales games, like Tales of Destiny. Tales of Destiny did come here, because not too many of those Tales games came to the US. The only one that really came to the US, yeah, Tales of Destiny. I think Tales of Fantasia came here. Tales of Fantasia was the first one. Then you had Tales of Eternia, which I think came to DS later on, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. My memory's shaky on what Tales games we actually got and which ones we actually did not get. It was very hard to like determine which ones were which, man. But other than that, man, I'm really liking the direction that they are definitely making it more actiony. Tales of Arise is looking way more actiony than the previous Tales games. They got a lot of stuff going on. You got the little battle effects with fire coming out the ground, and it's just freaking ridiculous, man. But I'm definitely looking forward to it and see how they do it, and then see how how it progresses and how the characters grow, and all the characters are looking really amazing, man. I did a video recently showing all the new characters that they announced. Like, it was a little boxing character, I can't remember his name, and then they had a female character that does magic. It's always like a little short female character that does magic. Because you had old girl Rita from Tales of Vesperia that was the magic user. Which that's funny because that song came from like the Mage City in Tales of Vesperia. But a lot of people like Tales of Vesperia. That was definitely a fan favorite out of all the classics. So that was a pretty unique turn of how Tales took the series, because the main character was actually like killing people. That was like Yuri was actually killing people. Oh, but that's spoilers. If anybody wants to play the games, I'm not gonna say any more too much about it, but yeah, go play them yourselves. Especially if I want you guys to participate, because I do want people to participate in this and get into it and play some of these games. But I'll say Namco Bandai have been doing a great job with the Tales of series. They've been constantly coming out with them, man. This has been a while since they came out with a new one, so I'm excited to play Tales of Arise and see how this game turns out, man. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this game turns out. It's looking really good. Look at like the damn battle effects and the combos and stuff you can do on here are looking really good. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. All right, so now that we got that one out the way, the Tales series going ham. The next series we're gonna talk about is, of course, a big one. It's a big series, of course, and well, it's getting fairly big, and that is, of course, the SMT series. So, for people that don't know, the SMT series was late on my radar. I actually played Tales and Tales and Final Fantasy first before I actually got into the dang on SMT series. Persona 4 was actually my first Persona. Persona 4 was. So it tripped me out when they had came out with this game, and trying to see what's one of my favorite songs from that series, because they had a lot of good songs on that series. A lot of good songs. But yeah. So we're talking about SMT. SMT has really grown from freaking coming out with like Persona 1, which it came out ages ago on PlayStation 1. Nobody played that game. I didn't play Persona 1. I didn't play Persona 1, 2, or 3 until I played Persona 4. After I beat 4, I was like, oh, hell no, I gotta go back and play the other games. Because Persona 4 was so good. Y'all have been seeing me playing this game again. And the first time I played Persona 4 is when the first time it came out for PS2. And I played this game, and I was like, wait a minute, they got 3 more of these damn games? Oh, no, I'm gonna go back and play the rest of them, because that shit was fun. Persona... So, what drew Persona away from other RPGs is that little social link thing, and how it took place in modern day times, where most RPGs take back like in medieval times, or they in villages, they ain't got no civilization, or they ain't nobody got no cars or nothing like this. Persona took place in modern day times, like with kids going to school and stuff like that, and had a little mystery feel to it. So Persona took, and it was real anime too. All these games were real anime. All of them were real anime. But Persona took it to the modern day level, which, man, in social skills, talking to people to make yourself stronger, and man, that shit, that shit was dope. When I first played that, I was like, this is a whole new way of playing an RPG right here. This is something different. This is different from like a normal RPG you play just by leveling up and stuff like that. All of them had really dark stories that was just very intriguing. Like, as far as like out of story wise, It depends on the RPG though. It really depends on RPG because Persona 1 and 2 was pretty like they just threw you into the like the dark stuff and then you got to figure out what's going on and bloopity blop, bloopity blop. And it's just like what Innocent Sin but Persona 2 was broken off in 2 parts as well. But and then you got Persona 3, which actually had like a really base story with all the different characters involved, you building up the social links, because 3 was the first one where they actually started building up social links. I don't think they had that in 2 if I remember correctly. That was 3's first, 3 that first introduced that, which is still to this day, one of my favorite RPGs ever, man. 3 is just, Persona 3 is so good. And then I can't forget about their SMT games, their older SMT games, which like Shin Megami Tensei, Digital Devil Saga, the Digital Devil Saga series. I'm putting all the SMT series, I'm putting all those games in there with that. You got Nocturne, you got what else you got? You got the Digital Devil Saga series, and you got Devil Summoner, and you got Devil Survivor. Now the DS games, I don't really count them too much, even though some of them. Now I will count SMT4 since that was on DS too, but I will count that one because that was a main title. So I'll count that one. I ain't gonna leave that one out. But alright, so this goes to my story now about like how SMT, where SMT is going. What's the future for SMT? What they gonna do? Because you know they got this coming out. They got Nocturne HD remake coming out, which that's a big thing, man. That's a big fucking thing because that game was dope. And it was it was controversial, it was underrated, and man, a lot of people didn't play it. That game was rare to find, man. That game was hella rare to find back in the day. You could not find this game for less than 40-something bucks back in the day. And on Amazon, I think I rebought it on PS2 for Amazon. Shoot, for like maybe 50 bucks. And that was a PS2 game in like 2010 or some shit like that. So, man, like, dude, these games ain't, they're hard to come by. So them announcing them bringing Nocturne to HD, man, that was dope. I was like, yes, I'm super excited for that. I'm super excited for that. I'm gonna play this game again, and this game actually comes out in like 2 more weeks. So, and then another thing, man. Now SMT is pissing me off with this one because I mentioned this on my last on my video that I did about the SMT, the direction. Where are they doing? Like where is SMT? The future of SMT, pretty much. And what are they going to do with SMT 5? Because they announced this game a while back. They announced this game a while back, and we haven't really seen any. I don't think we've even seen any gameplay for this shit. Like, I honestly don't think we've seen any gameplay. We've seen like in-game, like, you know, cutscenes like this here, this trailer here, and all that stuff. But other than that, we haven't seen too much from it. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm definitely interested. Like, I ain't gonna even lie to you guys. For a PS2 revisited, I want to go back and play Digital Devil Saga and Devil Summoner. I want to go back and play all 4 of those games because they were both sequels, Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, and you had Devil Summoner 1 and 2. Man, those games, come on. I'm being goofy, but those games, man, it brings back so many memories for me playing those games, and they were hella fun to play. Hella fun to play. You guys know I'm passionate about Jrpgs, man. Those, some of my childhood times, those got me through some tough times, man. Got me some tough times in the hood. I can't even fake. And I was in the hood, man. Shoot, like I turned them RPGs on and escape into the world, bro. I can't even lie to you on that. But yeah. So going from that, man, SMT, I think they're I just need to see something new from them now. Persona 5 was great. Persona 5 was awesome. I'm ready to see another SMT stylish game. And see where they go with them bringing out Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne 3 HD remake. Makes me think that they getting ready to bring out 5 soon as well. So here's the hoping of that and see what they do with that. All right, so the next one that we're going to talk about here disappointed me with their last game, but every other game that came out before that has blown me away, with the exception of the Xeno Saga series. So next one we're gonna talk about, of course, is good old Xenoblade. Let's pick a Xenoblade song. If y'all don't know that, boy, that's that last dungeon theme from Persona 4. Alright, so Xenoblade Chronicles. Actually, Xenoblade, just the Xeno series, and like, what was y'all's? I'm curious about this damn series because it has so many good games, but some people like this last game they came out with, which was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I hate that damn game. I hate that damn game, man. Like, that is the I can't even stress how much I hate this game, man. I can't even stress to you guys. But, alright, so we're gonna talk about it though. Alright, so on the Xenoblade. So, thing about Xenoblade had Xenogears. So that was one of their first games, right? Right. So, I'm trying to think, like, what was Xenogears came out on PS1 era. I want to play that game again too, man. I like all these series that I'm mentioning. I would like to this Jrpg war. I would like to dedicate at least 6 months to just going back and playing these RPGs, and then doing like either live streams. But man, the live streams don't help me out too much. I might do live streams on YouTube because I'm on Twitch. Not getting too much traction on there, but other than that, I'm definitely going to try to do some live streams of some of these JRPGs. I know a lot of people are liking my Samurai Warriors and the Warriors games. Me talking about those, so of course I'm steady doing those. Stay doing those with Samurai Warriors getting ready to come out in July. So that's a given. But yeah, so on the Xenoblade, Xenogears was dope. Xenogears with the mechs, that was like the first game you had like mechs in there, you jumping in there doing combo mechs. That game was dope. And it was revolutionary too back on the PS1 days, man. But I think that game had outstanding ratings, and it was just really fun to play. It came out. I think I played that game and Xenoblade and not Xenoblade, Chrono Trigger around the same time when they came out with that Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV. Special edition or whatever. That's when I played Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV. But so Xenoblade, then after they came out with Xenogear, they came out with Xenosaga. Which they split this game up into 3 games, right? 1 was amazing, great. 2, graphics were ugly as hell, and character designs were ugly as hell. Gameplay was okay. But in the story, it's a continuation of 1, so it's still pretty good. 3 was dope. 3 had really good gameplay. The character designs were a lot better than they were in 2. They learned their lesson from 2. Gameplay was fun. So yeah, I give 3 its props too. So Xenoblade, Xenosaga series altogether, I give it maybe an 8 out of 10. Because I love the first and third game a lot. 2 was okay. But altogether, they're great games, man. Really great games. Alright, so now, and then we start getting into one of my absolute favorite game. Well, two of them that they recently came out with. And that Xenoblade Chronicles, that game is my shit. That game is my shit. And then you had Xenoblade Chronicles X, the first RPG that I have put 400 fucking hours into. That game, Xenoblade Chronicles X, man, when I tell you that the mech customization, the story wasn't too great, but dude, the gameplay was amazing in that game. And the mech customization and driving the mechs and everybody getting dope ass mech, man. I had some cold ass mechs in that game. And then you unlock the ultimate mechs and then get like the super weapons you could put on them. Oh man, that game was dope, y'all. and it was on the freaking Wii U. If they don't make an HD remake of that game, I'm gonna be pissed. That game deserves an HD remake. But because they remade Xenoblade Chronicles, so I was happy about the definitive edition. I still need to play that. But I did play the hell out of Xenoblade Chronicles when it originally came out on the Wii. Damn near perfected that game, man. That game, actually I did. I 100%ed that game. I 100%ed the Xenoblade Chronicles. There was a lot of shit to do in that game. But I hear that the definitive edition is amazing. So, and I have it. I just gotta play it. So that's another game we can just play in on this JRPG war that I'm starting, man. All right, and then they recently came out, and this one they disappointed me. Was with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That game is shit to me. Well, okay, I ain't gonna say shit, but I do not like the main character in that game, and then I don't like Pyra either. Mythra is okay. Pyra is okay too, but I still Rex ruins that game for me. I just do not like that character, man. Like Rex was like Ryan and Xenoblade Chronicles, but even Ryan wasn't that bad. Rain or whatever you say his name wasn't that bad. But Shulk was the dude, man. Shulk, Milia was dope. Old girl with the sniper gun was dope. And then you had Dunban. Dunban was dope. Like all them characters were dope in Xenoblade Chronicles, man. But man, I don't know, man. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you just had old girl Nyla or Nia. Nia was dope, and the little robot was cool. The little thing, I forgot his name. He was okay. But Rex, when the main character cannot drive the team, I cannot get into the game. He was just so damn annoying. I just could not get into that character. But on from that game, the Golden Age of Torna. That game, that DLC was better than the entire Xenoblade Chronicles 2 game, and I only got halfway through. So that goes to show, like, I don't know what the hell they were doing with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, man. With Rex, but I hate that character so much. Okay, so now that we got that, got that out the way. Now we're gonna talk about the biggest one of them all that is going ham right now. They are going ham, and when I say ham, I mean ham. If you listening to the song, you already know who dicks. You already know. I didn't even show any clips from Xenoblade. But you already know who is next, though. Alright, so people who are killing it right now. Good old Square Enix. Square Enix is killing, is dumping shit all over everybody else, man. And I don't know like what the hell they're doing. But yeah, Square Enix ain't playing. They're not playing, man. With this Final Fantasy VII remake coming out, that came out recently. That game was ridiculous, man. Like the game was ridiculous. Everybody already was waiting for Final Fantasy VII to get remade anyway. So when they came out with 7, everybody was like, "Oh dang, Final Fantasy VII getting remade! Finally, y'all finally fucking bringing this game out. That was one of the greatest RPGs ever. Oh, that's the greatest Final Fantasy." But if you go to the track record of Square Enix, all the Final Fantasies are good. I don't care what fuck anybody say. Every Final Fantasy is good, except every Final Fantasy is good except some of the side games. Final Fantasy 1 through fucking that 16 gonna be good. It ain't gonna be bad. Final Fantasy 1 through now 15 and 7 Integrate or remake have all been good. Y'all can say whatever you want. 12 was good too. 10 was good. 13 was good. Lightning Returns was good. 8 was good. 8 was good, but pissed me off. 9 was good. All them fucking games were good. Like every Final Fantasy was good, man. Like that's why I say that Square Enix will always be my favorite JRPG company. As far as they are the JRPG juggernauts. They are, man. and they even blew my mind even more with this remake integrate. Final Fantasy VII remake in 60 frames. Kidding me? Look how good this game looks. This game look amazing. That game looks so good, man. It's ridiculous, dude. And not to mention, like, with them, pretty much rehashing the story too. So it's like, dude, what they doing with Final Fantasy VII is ridiculous, man. And they knew it was a fan favorite, but I didn't think they would take it to this length. I thought it was just gonna be like, you know, one big ass giant game, and then it was gonna be turn based. I didn't expect it to be action based. I didn't expect this. Like them going in, bringing old characters in from Dirge or Cerberus, and just really delving in deep into the whole compilation of Final Fantasy VII. So I'm like, damn. So Square Enix ain't playing when it comes to Final Fantasy VII. They shooting for that money. They shooting for that money. That's what they doing. But yeah, they are definitely killing it right now, man. And not only are they killing it with this damn game, they are killing it with their other RPGs as well, man. Because, you know, Square Enix is also involved in Dragon Quest. I would have put Dragon Quest in this too, but man, dude, hell no. I put damn near 200 hours in Dragon Quest 11. Or was it? No, it wasn't that much. It was like 120 hours. I put 120 hours into Dragon Quest 11. And then Dragon Quest 8 before that, I put a lot of hours in that. Never played 10. I haven't even really played the other Dragon Quests on like DSs and stuff like that. But I did play the hell out of 8 and 11. And then I think I played one other one that was on DS. Was it 9? It was one of them. They had like 3 of them. No, they had like 4 of them that came on DS, man, which is stupid. I was like, man, y'all need to put these on consoles. That's why I was so happy when they announced Dragon Quest 11 that was coming to console. I was like, yes, fucking finally, y'all making a console Dragon Quest again instead of a handheld. Handhelds is not what it do. But yeah, man, Square Enix, yeah, and then they announced Final Fantasy 16, man, which looks just as amazing as any of the other games that they are releasing. So, and I'm hoping this be 60 frames too, because this don't look like 60 frames like Final Fantasy VII do. So this better be 60 frames too. Or was it 60 frames? Gotta look at the trailer. Let me skip. I don't remember that being 60 frames though. I could be wrong. See, that ain't 60 frames. But hopefully that when the game be released, it looks like Final Fantasy VII integrated. I don't see why it wouldn't. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to make this game 60 frames. Since they making Final Fantasy VII 60 frames. But yeah, man, this is gonna be epic. Epic, because all these JRPGs are just so damn good in that, and it's the reason why I love video games, man. I love video games for a lot of different series. Recently, Capcom have been going ham, man, with a lot of shit with Resident Evil and Devil May Cry recently coming back out too. It's just Capcom has been killing it as well. I didn't think Capcom would be coming out for anything for a hot minute. But Capcom is taking advantage of this Resident Evil and this Devil May Cry, man. And this Resident Evil is blowing up. Resident Evil is taking over. Like 8 is like the hottest thing out right now. People are eating 8 up. My ass still too scared to beat 7, man. 7 is tripping me out, dude. That game is tripping me out. But yeah, guys, I'm excited for this. This is just part 1 of the real talk for RPGs, man. Just especially this JRPG war. So what we might end up doing is I'm just gonna pick a game. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick all the Tales games that I have on PC, because I'm not gonna go back and play stuff that I had on PS3. I don't even have a PS3 anymore to play like Tales of Xillia and stuff like that. Because Tales of Arise comes out. We're definitely gonna play Final Fantasy VII Integrate for Final Fantasy, and then later on we're gonna play like the other Final Fantasy games. For for SMT, we're gonna play Nocturne, and then for what's the other one? Oh, Xenoblade don't have anything. So Xenoblade will play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, since I haven't played that. And after that, we'll choose another game from there. The Xeno series is not gonna have much to play, not unless I go back and play some games in those series. But other than that, man, dude, you got, man, so much. It's just so much fun to be had in video games right now, man. It's a good time to be an RPG player too, because you got, and fighting games. We don't do one for, we gotta do like, it's like Guilty Gear, man. I don't know, man. That lobby in Guilty Gear pisses me off sometimes. It mother froze on me every time in the beta, but it's all good. Go back to RPGs. So anyway, as far as RPGs go, for the JRPG War, you guys, let me know what RPG series that is y'all's favorite. Y'all can choose your own 4 RPG series that y'all want to do for y'all's JRPG War. This is my JRPG War that y'all are welcome to watch and come in and enjoy. I'm excited, and man, I'm just ready to play some video games. Ready to play some damn video games. All right, you guys. Well, that is it for the JRPG War Real Talk. I am out this piece. This is my new project that I'm going to start soon. It's going to probably be after June sometime, because even though Nocturne comes out, it's going to probably be after June, and then hopefully I'll beat Final Fantasy 7, y'all. That game gives me anxiety, though. I can't even fake. Hopefully I'll beat that game. But I got a lot of different projects, and then we still got to beat Samurai Warriors before Samurai Warriors 5 come out, and then we still got to beat Persona 4 too. So yeah, oh man, I'm ready to game. All right, you guys have a good night and a good week. It is Monday. It's just the beginning of the week, but we're getting this work started. All right, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, you guys, peace.